Boxing Nation, and we back at it with another banger video. Today we're gonna be talking about the fight that just happened between David Avanesyan and Terence the Bud Crawford. This fight was fireworks, man, the entire night. I can't lie to you guys. David Avanesyan, he completely took me off guard. I did not know that David Avanesyan even had any skills whatsoever. If you look at my prediction video, I did say that I think it did happen though, but Terence Crawford got him out of there. I told you guys that my prediction was he was gonna get him out in the third or the fourth round. Like I said, Avanesyan, he just comes straight forward. So he moves his head just a bit. He has some good head movement, but he comes straight forward. He doesn't have a jab that well. He doesn't really have a jab. He lunges in. Yeah, and it's just like it's a matter of time before you get caught when you're in there fighting a guy with a high IQ and a world champion at that. So I think that this fight was amazing. I think it was amazing. I never expected David Avanesyan to give Terence Crawford the fight in that first half that he did. I did not. I thought that it was going to be one-sided, all Terence Crawford. No, it was they went back and forth up until Terence Crawford scored the knockout of David Avanesyan. I think this fight, I think that David Avanesyan should have trained just a little bit harder for this fight. You had to know that Terence the Bud Crawford coming with power, he's coming with speed, he's coming with timing, he's coming with ring generosity, he's coming with the whole package, right? And I know that David Avanesyan, he has like 29 fights, 23 fights. I'll have it on the screen, but that does not help. That does not help when you're not versatile in that ring. When you get in there with a world champion, you have to be versatile. No world champion you can stand in front of and just stand in front of him with your hands up and just a little bit of head movement. Like nobody can do that. You can't. You're gonna get picked off. You're gonna walk into a shot, aka Rolly Romero, aka David Avanesyan now. Like a lot of people, you just have to know you can't just walk straight in, or you just have to have skills. You have to have skills. You have to learn the sport indefinitely. You have to learn everything about the sport before you just go out there. And I like that, but that's why there's a lot of fighters with amateur backgrounds, because their amateur background gave them that experience that when they go pro, they know what to do in there. They already know they have a good chin. They know how to take a shot. You know, they know how to give a good shot. So it's just like a lot of things play a part when you're fighting a world champion like Terence the Bud Crawford. I did expect more jabs from David Avanesyan, and he didn't jab him at all the entire night. All he was trying to do was slug with Terence the Bud Crawford up until the knockout of David Avanesyan. And I don't agree with that. But I do feel like I said, he did give Terence the Bud Crawford a harder fight than I expected them to. I expected Terence the Bud Crawford to go in there and knock him out in 1 or 2 rounds. I ain't even gonna lie to you guys. I said 3 or 4 because I wanted to be nice. But I truthfully, in my heart of hearts, felt like Terence the Bud Crawford was just gonna go in there and wipe the floor with this kid. This guy's a tune-up fight. Terence the Bud Crawford has been out of the ring before this, previously, for a year. So I don't care what nobody say. This was a tune-up fight for Terence the Bud Crawford. But David Avanesyan brought a lot to the table. He did. He brought a lot to the table, and I hope to see David Avanesyan in more big fights. I know that he's taken a couple losses, like 2 or 3 losses. I know he's taking 4 losses now. I'm sorry, but he's still a tremendous fighter nonetheless. I would love to I would still watch David Avanesyan's fight. I would still watch. I would love to see more of him. I think that he was an amazing fighter. He has a durable chin. He's a durable champion, and I pray that everything works out for the both of them, for David Avanesyan and Terence the Bud Crawford. Who did you guys have in the first half of the fight? Let's say aside from the knockout, who did you guys have winning this fight? Because even the first, second, and third, I felt like in my heart of hearts that David Avanesyan was getting the best of him in the beginning. Terence the Bud Crawford, he was only throwing light blows, a bigger like an opening for a big shot, and you can tell. But David Avanesyan didn't capitalize on anything that he worked on in training. He did not jab him up. He didn't do anybody. He didn't have anybody work. Anybody work against Terence the Bud Crawford. So I just think that he should have trained just a little bit harder for this fight. Terence the Bud Crawford is a different type of animal. He's not like the guys that you fight on an everyday basis, or these guys that's in the gyms. This guy's he's who he is for a reason. You know what I mean? So it's gonna take someone who can really test him, who can really test Terence the Bud Crawford. And in my opinion, the only fighter that I feel can really test Terence the Bud Crawford is Errol the Truth Spence. I still feel like I love Jaron Boots Ennis. Don't get me wrong. I love Jaron Boots Ennis, but I do not feel like he is ready to take on Errol the Truth Spence and or Terence the Bud Crawford. Maybe Terence. Okay, I feel like it'll be a good fight between Terence the Bud Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis. But I don't feel like he is ready to take on Errol the Truth Spence just yet. Jaron Boots Ennis. I don't see it. But as for this fight with Terence the Bud Crawford, he's shown that he still got it, and he's still young, he's still hungry. So we need to make these bigger fights happen. 2023 is on the way, so we need these comments. I need you guys to be commenting, liking, subscribing, and getting us into this algorithm so we can make these bigger fights happen. Who do you guys want to see Errol the Truth Spence? Who do you guys want to see Terence the Bud Crawford fight next? Let me know. Comment down below. Like I said, who do you guys have winning the fight before the knockout? Before the knockout, how were you guys scoring the fight? I want to say that this fight was amazing, man. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be able to react to these fights, to be able to give my 2 cents on what I thought about the fight, man. But this fight was nothing short of amazing. It was nothing short of amazing, and I wish David Avanesyan a speedy recovery, and Terence the Bud Crawford, great win. You got to keep it going, man. You got to keep it going. I seen that Gervonta Tank Davis, he said that David Avanesyan, somebody tagged Gervonta Tank Davis inside of a post on Twitter and said, "Oh, do you still feel like you can hang with Terence the Bud Crawford in the ring?" And Gervonta Tank Davis said, he said, "Stop it. That man was a sparring partner." David Avanesyan. Hey, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not trying to say that he wasn't. Avanesyan does have losses on his record, but at the same time, he was no walk in the park. If he would have continued the pressure, I feel like I'm not trying to just hype this guy up or anything. I didn't have David Avanesyan though, but I feel like if he would have kept on going with the overhand right, even though they're a little bit wild, he was connecting with Terence the Bud Crawford. If he would have continued to keep on with the game plan that he had walking in, I don't feel like he could have upset it, Terence the Bud Crawford, but he could have dropped him. He could have dropped Terence the Bud Crawford, or made a bigger. He could have made Terence the Bud Crawford respect him a lot more. You know, I feel like Terence the Bud Crawford was wearing him down with the jabs and all the body shots and he was wearing him down in the beginning, and David Avanesyan did not take that time and that liberty that Terence the Bud Crawford was attempting to break him down and only hitting him with light shots. He should have took that time to really, really try to get Terence the Bud Crawford out of there. One time I seen David Avanesyan hit Terence the Bud Crawford with an overhand right. I think it was like in the first or second round, and I just didn't expect it. Like it was so nice and it was straight on the chin, but he allowed Terence the Bud Crawford to recover very quickly. This is what I'm saying with these fighters. You cannot allow a world-class fighter to recover after if you get your chance, if you feel like you've hit him with a good shot, and I'm not saying always at all, you should be patient, you should pick your shots correctly, right? But if you feel like you're getting him out of there, if you feel like you've hit him with a nice shot and he maybe stumbled just a bit, or maybe it looks like he's a bit uncomfortable in there, you need to take that time, that liberty to finish your fights. That is the difference between a great fighter and an okay fighter. A great fighter knows how to finish. He knows how to finish. He knows how to win. He knows how to adjust to anything inside of the ring. There's nothing that he hasn't seen before, because he's always adjusting in every single fight, winning or losing, still adjusting, right? But man, I take nothing away from these fighters, man. Like I said, let me know who you guys want to see Terence the Bud Crawford fight next. Comment that down below right now. Don't be a stale commenter. Let me know who you guys think is gonna fight. Terence Crawford is gonna fight next. But man, I had so much fun reacting to this fight. Let me know who you guys want to see me react to next. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. But it's Boxing Nation, and we signing out.